What's up, gamers? What's going on? Hello, welcome to Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. A cool game. A cool PS2 game that I discovered last year and have kind of been thinking about a lot ever since. Hello, Space Thing. Hello, Sonic Kazoo. I heard this game is much better with the mouse injector now. Interesting. Didn't know that. Alright. Hello, Governor. My name is Jason Statham in it, and I've played this game on the PSP in it. Anyway, this is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, which I think is a game that works on vibes. I think it's a game that crafts vibes. It's a game that builds impeccable vibes, indescribable vibes. And I just think it's neat. Hello, Kraken. Been a while. Good to see you here. This game is based on the TV show called Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, which is a kind of goofy anime. It's sort of slow-paced and all about the human psyche and experience and high-concept philosophical ideas. And it's almost impenetrable in a way. You kind of have to commit yourself to watching it to get into it. But, you know, once you watch it for a while, it gets its hooks in. Have you played the PSP port of this game? It's really fun. Ghost of the Shell is kind of like Blade Runner. It is. I haven't played the PSP port of this game. What I know about it is it isn't really a port, right? It's more of like a first-person shooter, which sounds very awkward on the PSP. I remember playing Medal of Honor Heroes on the PSP, and you had to use the face buttons to aim, and it sucked. And the PSP really should have had 2 analog sticks, or nubs, or whatever those things were. So yeah, if you're just joining us, welcome to Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex on PS2. One of the coolest games. It's made by a developer named Kavia, who also made Drakengard, I believe.
Roger that.
The military's moved up in the world. They got us cleaning up after their messes.
Medal of Honor Heroes is one of your favorite PSP games. That's interesting. I remember thinking it was okay. Did it have online multiplayer? I think I remember playing the online multiplayer a bit, which is kind of funny to think about, like, everyone dealing with those face buttons to aim. It did. So here we are in the first level of Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex.
I've spoken with the related bureaus. Complete your mission before the ship.
The controls are definitely clunky online, yeah. So look at this. Just take it all in. This game is cool. You're incredibly acrobatic. Everything feels kind of heavy. You can do in these cool moves. You can do wall jumps. There's shipping containers everywhere. Hey, Peter. Glad to be able to catch some of this. Hello, welcome. And I just think this is neat. I just think the aesthetic is lovely. The sound design especially is something else, which we'll hear soon. And yeah, let's get into some of the combat. I think this guy wakes up. Yeah. So the controls are weird. L1 is shoot, which is on the left-hand side, which is very not unusual.
Gate now opening.
This is Togusa. I pulled this info from the local cops. The pier securities and the security system was overwritten.
So this game is like very, very obviously inspired by Metal Gear Solid. In sort of how it presents itself. And the whole game is kind of this one mission, which is also very Metal Gear Solid.
Looks like a Jameson-type man has left for the Harbor Control Center's tower.
The voice acting
Possible that they'll escape
is all the same people from the show.
much time.
Right trigger is jump. And R1 is this move, which is like a dodge. And the game is sort of... reminds me of Wet. It's sort of like Wet. Yeah, actually, it's a lot like Wet. Because Wet has like a really cool style. but playing it slightly more awkward than you'd hope, and I'd probably say the same about this. So what I just did then was I analyzed a guy's body, which tells me where all the other guys are. And just like the soundtrack, oh, it's all just lovely. Look at it. The nighttime aesthetics.
With a crane and your cyber capabilities, Major, I think you can forge ahead.
The controls that I keep forgetting because I haven't played this in a few months.
Try to find it.
Reminds me of Oni. Yeah? Oni... Yeah, Oni's probably the closest comparison point you can make to this game. And in a similar way, it kind of controls a bit more awkwardly than you'd like. But, like, listen to the music. The music was done by the guy who does all the Tekken soundtracks. And it's pretty, like, drum and bassy
This will let you work the crane.
when it gets going.
Code that runs along.
Okay. Executing crane.
Got this slightly sort of offbeat, minor key. Jason Statham is my hero, especially in the movie Crank 2 High Voltage. An unreal film. I gotta do some platforming, I believe. I always liked Crank 1 a little more than Crank 2, if we're giving opinions on Crank movies. How do I get over there? Hey dude, how's the stream going? Love your videos, they remind me of Ashen's for some reason. Thank you! Stream's going well. Just started. We're playing a bit of Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex if you're just joining us, which is a game that won me over with vibes alone because the gameplay isn't amazing. It's good. It's simple. I need to figure out how to get over this wall. Came out of seeing the Barbie movie and it was amazing. I saw the Barbie movie and I also loved it. I've seen both Barbie and Oppenheimer. I've done the thing, the internet meme thing. Ah, that's moving. I should wait for it to come back. Yeah, this is on PS2. It's rad. It's just a... It's just an audio-visual treat. The graphics are good. It runs in widescreen natively. Which was better between Barbie and Oppenheimer? I don't know. They're so different. And how does Barbie compare to Crank? These are the real questions. I probably enjoyed Oppenheimer slightly more, maybe? I don't know. Oh. that hurt. I'm pretty sure there is a grab ledge button and I need to figure it out before I try that again. That's not it. We'll just try again. I have to see Oppenheimer, but I don't think I will since we do not have an IMAX in my city. I just saw it in a regular cinema and I thought it was like... I thought it was good in a regular cinema, but yeah, I understand wanting to see it in an IMAX. I'm gonna screw this up again. There's definitely a button to grab onto the ledge. Shit. Stream's going well. That wasn't the button. So you can wall jump, which is fun. Maybe I can check the controls. Config? Is that controls? Yeah. Oh man, this is a confusing looking screen. R1 action? Probably R1 then, I guess. We'll try R1. I liked how Oppenheimer name drops people as if they were Avenger members. Yeah. They really did. Right at the end of Oppenheimer, they were like, his name, John F. Kennedy. As if, like, there's gonna be a sequel to Oppenheimer. We're gonna do a post-credit scene with JFK. But yeah, nah. Good movie. Barbie, very good. Ryan Gosling in Barbie, very, very good. Have you played Ghost in the Shell on PSP? I was talking about this earlier, but no, I have not. It's a first-person shooter, which is fascinating. There we go, you just hold down R1. This game is like very vertical. There's a lot of climbing up high, and if you fall down, you fall all the way down. Which is scary because the jumping is not super tight to control. Do you reckon I can make that? There we are. Look at me. I'm a gamer. Just how that music just hangs. The music doesn't pipe up for the fights, you know? It just hangs on this same sort of eerie sci-fi. There's something about it. There's something about this game as a whole. Whoa, shotgun. I think enemies take too many bullets in this game. But that's okay. It's the vibes that matter. So if you wall jump and then hold down R1, that's how you can like climb up like that. There is a tutorial you can do, I believe. There we are. R1, game changer. Look at me go. Jump over there. Through the gap. Oh shit. No, we're good. My favorite joke in Barbie was Ken constructing their wall only upwards. I loved when Ryan Gosling entered the real world and had that like montage of him looking at like businessmen and horses and presidents and being like, men rule the world here. That was a fun bit. Isn't there a PSP Ghost in the Shell game? There is. Welcome, gamer guy. Michael Cera was very good in Barbie. Barbie's very good. I recommend everyone go see it. It's very fun. Although, I've heard dissenting opinions. So something about the wall jump in this game is you can sort of do it on angles. So you can direct where you want to jump by just aiming the camera. Which makes it a lot more like dynamic than you might expect rather. It's a bit of fun. The music's eerie. There are guards just walking along the top of shipping containers. Lord knows how they got up there. I've never seen one of these guys jump. Yep. Oh, the music. The music's brought in another track. Listen to that. That jungle beat. It's so good. That guy's shooting me through the gap between these shipping containers. There's a forklift. Oh, it's just... Let's see if we can get up close and personal. Look at this. Oh, does these slow-mo kicks, a bit of motion blur. The thing about the aiming in this game is there's no auto aim at all. There's no aim assist. There's no... You just kind of miss like 95% of your shots because the dead zone on aiming is really, really small. Really, really big, rather. Like, I can move the stick a fair bit before it starts aiming. So it feels like you can never really properly aim, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. It's sort of in need of like a aim down sights as well. You don't have that, but this was before aim down sights got all popular. This was before Resident Evil 4. Look at that. So good. I could have used that guy to see where other enemies are, but I kicked him into the water, so rip that idea. Are you emulating this? I am emulating this. It's just a little easier to stream it this way, but I'm emulating it in software mode, so it kind of looks like this. I did do a review of this game, and in my review, I played it on actual hardware.
Major, can you see the crane? To cross into
I can see the
storage
crane.
area number 2,
Oh,
your
just
choice is to use that
the colors.
Seems like the enemy.
This game, it's They should just make games like this. Just make games that are cool. They don't have to play well. They don't have to have the best graphics. Just make cool games. You know? Give me... What happened to all the good games? Don't worry, I'm not one of those people. Oh, I had this on PS2. I remember buying Just Cause for the PS2, but the back of the box had Xbox screenshots which shoved motion blur and bloom. I was so disappointed when I played it on PS2. Oh, this is on PS2, rather. Yeah. Just Cause 1 was an interesting game. Just Cause 1's a game I've been thinking about streaming one week. Because I remember when Just Cause 1 came out, it was sort of my first exposure to that, like, absolutely enormous open world type of game. And it was fun. And it's interesting playing the Just Cause sequels and then playing Just Cause 1 again, because Just Cause 1 has a grapple hook, but it's borderline useless. Well, not useless. You use it to steal helicopters, basically. So in that game, you actually have to get in vehicles and drive around and think. Whereas Just Cause 2, 3, and 4 are more about just sort of slingshotting yourself around everywhere. Played a bit of the Spy Hunter game starring The Rock recently. That game fluctuates between so bad and so... That game fluctuates between so bad it's good and just plain air. Yeah, it's all over the place. I quite like Ghosts, what's that game called? Spy Hunter Nowhere to Run, but yeah, it's up and down a lot. Is this your favorite game based on an anime? Maybe. Probably, yeah. I grew up playing 007 on Game Boy. That review took me way back. I'm glad. That's a very good game. Just Cause on the PS2 is a technical masterpiece. As to how motherfuckers made the game work on that hardware, absolutely. Just Cause 1 just felt so expansive and interesting in ways that, like, aren't novel anymore. You can't explain why Just Cause 1 felt so cool at the time. You know? Oh, you can climb ladders. There we go. It's weird, there's two action buttons in this game. So A is to, like, use terminals, and R1 is also an action button, which is more about acrobatics. And when you press R1 just while walking around, it does that. And I always thought it was weird the camera hangs when you do this. Time for some terrifying platforming. I'm not gonna read chat while I'm... Oh. We'll try to go over there. Oh no, over there's probably safer. Very good. Go me. Just look at this. The cityscapes, the night sky, the wind. I don't think games ever got cooler than this. There were two 360 exclusive Naruto games that everyone forgot about. Yeah, I've never been big on Naruto. Not because, like, I'm not interested, I just haven't got around to watching it ever. Did you like the live-action movie for Ghost in the Shell? The Scarlett Johansson one? I didn't hate it. I saw it in the cinema and haven't seen it since. I thought it was fine. Obviously, it's a lot stupider than Ghost in the Shell is everywhere else. But it was fine. I haven't played many anime games, so my favorite is Evangelion Shito Ikusai for the WonderSwan. I don't know what that is. Oh, fuck. The buttons are so weird. So I pressed L1 instead of L2, because L2 is jump and L1 is shoot. Which is weird, right? Alright. At least it didn't... At least it didn't make me fall... At least it didn't make me, like, fall all the way to the ground and climb all the way up again, I suppose. You look a bit like Eden Porter. Don't know who that is. I'm gonna Google this. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Is Pokemon an anime game? Pokemon was an anime second. That's right. guys over there that'll probably start shooting me. I can either shoot them... Oh shit, okay. Let's try this again. Interestingly, there was a, oh, for fuck's sake. There was a alarm going off. And when I died and reset, the alarm's no longer going off. Which is curious. It feels like the programming had the alarm start when I pressed this button. But it doesn't start when I reload the save. Okay. R2 is jump. This is hard. Is Alex Volkanovski a god in Australia? Is he the fighter? I would say no, because I'm not entirely sure who he is. I think he's a fighter, right? And he's very good. UFC or something. This is sad. This is some sad streaming. What are some of your favorite movie tie-in games? The King Kong game is very good. Probably not my favorite. If Chronicles of Riddick counts as a movie tie-in game, then that's definitely one of my favorites. Oh my god. That voice you're hearing is the strange robots in this game, which have childlike voices. Which is intentional. Don't mind me just coughing and dying. What's another of my favorite movie tie-in games? The Bond games generally are quite good. But I feel like the Bond games are like Nightfire. The best Bond games are Nightfire and Everything or Nothing, and that sort of Redwood Studios era of EA Bond games, I think, were the best Bond games. And a lot of those just weren't based on movies. Of course, GoldenEye is very good. But GoldenEye hasn't aged very well. If you're just joining us, this is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. And I just got sniped in the head. This is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, which is a very, very good game. Well, it's not a great game, but it's got a very cool aesthetic. Bloodstone? Yeah, Bloodstone's probably up there with the best Bond games. So this is a sequence where I've got to stay out of the sniper's vision. Do one of these. R2, R2, R1 to grab the ledge. I'm hitting this angle wrong, hang on. There we go. It's that sniper. Can I jump over there without dying? Oh, shit. So if you stay in his view for a few seconds, you get shot and die. It is what it is.
There are enemies on the roof. We need some intel. Obtain information on what they're trying to do here.
I think one of the more annoying problems about this game is how... I'm gonna die if I try that. It's how often the game, like, pauses to show you a dialogue box. That guy just spawned out of nowhere. Can I kill him? Nah. They can't see me and I can't see them, apparently. Stream Ghost in the Shell plus... This... This stream is Ghost in the Shell plus Jason Statham Crank 2 talk. I haven't seen Crank 2 in a long time. I've seen Crank 1 a few times. I'm gonna die. What do? Crank had a browser-based shockwave game. I feel like I should make, like, YouTube shorts based on these shitty... Oh, fuck. Small, tiny movie tie-in games. Did Crank have, like, a J2ME game? I feel like there's a lot of movies like that that had J2ME games. Would Barbie or Oppenheimer have a better tie-in game? Barbie would have a better tie-in game. Barbie would have like a 3D platformer set in Barbie land. Ah, I'm on the back end of like a really bad cold, so I apologize for all this dying I'm doing on camera. What's this? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. So you kind of switch between secondary weapons and melee attacks. See how it pauses to show me this? It's kind of annoying. So by pressing square, you can see that icon on the left change. This is melee attack. Then you've got grenades, knives, and there was another one, but I used it. How about Jumper on the 360? It's the worst game ever. It is terrible. Ah, I'm just losing my voice on stream. My voice is gonna end this stream. Yeah, sniped. Hey, just joined. Nice to have you back. Nice to have you here. Have you heard of Morph X? I have. You know what? I'm gonna go get some water. I should have had water with me. I'll be back in like 1 minute. Enjoy just a blank screen. 1 sec. Hello. Hope you enjoyed that intermission. Sorry about that. I think there is a Java crank game. Yeah, dude, there's so many, like every shitty movie, it feels like they had a Java game. Like there's like the OC had a Java game, which I'm very fascinated by. It's like a Sims clone or something, like a social isometric hang out with other teenagers game. Like the Knights games from Gameloft. Oh, that guy just vanished, I suppose. Don't know what happened there. Call of Duty had Java games. It did. The OC's weird Java spin-off. Yeah, I'm borderline there.
There are enemies on the roof. We need some intel. Obtain.
There are points in this game where you just get stuck and wander around and try and figure out what the game is trying to get you to do. It's not the most clearly sort of designed game, but that's okay. It's about the vibes. It's about hanging out in this game. I'm gonna get shot and die. Ooh. Yeah, dude, the Gameloft Knights games. Oh, I should probably try jump up there. The Gameloft Knights games, if you don't know, there was like Miami Nights and New York Nights. They were kind of like, I don't know how to describe them. They were like social... They were a bit like The Sims, but you controlled one character and socialized with people. They were like The Sims GBA games, actually. That's probably a good point of comparison for people who watch my channel. And they were really popular. Like, they were like some of the biggest Java mobile games out there. Fucking hell. I'm bad at this. I know. Is that 2 stories high? It is. Okay, we'll do this. You've kind of got to like... This is tragic. This is a tragic stream. The Shield PS2 game is wild. Practically every console game, show, and movie from the 2000s had some sort of Java port. That's right. Let's try go down the left-hand side towards the sniper. Nah. There is an X-Files game. There's a couple of X-Files games, I believe. I actually kind of want to review those sometime. Okay.
This is Boma. Rewrite of harbor control.
Surely he can't see me.
That ought to buy you a little
Oh, there's another sniper. Oh god. Alright. Just gotta get out of all these laser sights or I die. Alright. So we'll jump up here, turn the camera around. No, 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 no. Oof. Oof. But yeah, look up the Game Loft Nights games for a bit of a blast from the past. They're very 2000s. Very like 2000s internet culture. A lot of that is built into Nights. The DS port of Nights would make a good video just for the dialogue options alone. I didn't realize there was a DS port. Which one was ported to DS? DS Nights Game Loft. Miami Nights singles in the city. Sure enough. Got a bunch of 4 out of 10s on Metacritic. Yeah, the aesthetics are very 2000s. They're very MSN Messenger, very MySpace, very like Bebo. God, I feel old talking about this. There was a sort of like a... The Knights games touched upon sort of teen culture in a way that few games did at the time. And so they blew up. It is cool and I like it, damn it. I don't care if the gameplay's bad and I'm stuck trying to jump over shipping containers. The aesthetics are good.
If you had the sniper's hacking key, you might be able to use them to your advantage.
A Commander Trans enemy should definitely
Ah,
have a hacking
okay,
key.
get the hacking key.
Probably best to begin with them first.
I can get a hacking key and then hopefully hack into a sniper. Which is a thing you can do in this game. This guy looks like a commander. Oh, I don't want to kick him into the water. Come back. If I kick him into the water, I won't get his key. There we go. Oh, that's the good stuff. Alright. Now I can hack into a sniper if I... Yeah, this is the good stuff. Forgot I could do this in this game. I thought you meant Nights into Dreams and freaked out. No. No, not at all. So here's the hacking minigame. There we go. And this is something you can do in a lot of this game, but it often takes too long to even try. So now I am an enemy, and I have 1 minute to shoot the other enemies. And the buttons are weird. L1 is shoot. There we go. And this is something they do in the show. And then I can just clear out some of these guys while I'm here. The dead zone and the aiming is so awkward. They should remake this game but fix the controls. Oh my god, I can't hit shit. There we go. All that platforming around, and this is what I was meant to do. I'm out of ammo. So now we'll just jump off the tower. Fun. Micro, have you seen the Austin Powers Game Boy games? I have. They're like weird activity centers with sound bites and even a fake operating system, notepad, and a platformer. Yeah. It is totally wild. You're right. Yeah, those games are crazy. There's almost no reason that they should exist other than, you know, Austin Powers was popular, therefore it needs a game. Drink water, everybody. It's good for you. Alright, now that I don't die every time I walk around.
There are enemies on the roof. We need some intel. Obtain information on what they're trying to do here.
I should be able to walk back onto the left-hand side and just walk in without getting sniped this time. The stream is brought to you by water. Shout out water. Hydration.
This is Boba. Rewrite of power control system complete. That ought to buy you a little time.
I think it's cool that they got the entire voice cast back for this. There's like the sound design in this I think is just unreal. It repeats a lot of the the tracks are really short and they repeat very often. But they're so cool. It doesn't matter. The game's too cool for anything to matter. Yeah, look at that. Just look at this. It's just this is how you make vibes, you know? And kind of the like low res PS2 progressive scan kind of vibes I think aid this game a lot too. Do you work out? I do work out. Thanks for asking. Thanks for noticing. Would you review the games based on the MTV shows Pimp My Ride and Jackass? Maybe. I know Pimp My Ride's quite bad, but the Jackass one, maybe. The Jackass one's quite, like, very goofy. And there's a DS version of the Jackass game that's worth looking up. How often do you play this? Also, hi. I played through it last year for the video at the start of last year, and then I played through it again once I got a CRT TV, because I thought this would be the coolest CRT TV game, and it was. It's so glowy and beautiful. I'm just gonna gush over this game. Currently on a Nick Cage-a-thon, Vampire's Kiss is the thinking man's American Psycho. Yeah. I can agree with that.
What the heck is a guy who's supposed to have been dead for 5 years?
There's a Nick Cage movie that came out after Taken called Stolen that I think is very good. It's a Taken knockoff with Nick Cage. Look up Stolen and watch Stolen by Nick Cage. And I saw that massive talent Nick Cage movie in the cinemas whenever that came out, and that's very good too. Nick Cage is good. Very hot take. Nick Cage is good. Bri, hello, hi. Good to see you. So what we're about to see is the other character you play as in this game, which if you're just joining us, is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, which I think is maybe the coolest PS2 game ever made. This and Driver 3, I think, have the best aesthetics of PS2 games, maybe. Ghost Rider 2 is a sick in the head movie, and it's awesome. Yeah, Ghost Rider 2 is awesome. I quite like Ghost Rider 1 as well. They're both good. People were wrong about those movies.
Let's rock and roll.
Watch Bringing Out the Dead, and you're going to think, yeah, no, he's really good in that. Oh, I wasn't being sarcastic. I think people generally think he's a good actor. He's very good in Bringing Out the Dead. Leaving Las Vegas, obviously, he's quite good in. A lot of his more recent stuff he's very good in. There was just sort of that era from like 2007 to maybe 2018-ish, where he was just phoning it in a bit, but that's okay. He needed the money to pay off his family or something. Adaptation is very good. That one with Jared Leto about the guns is very good. What was that called? Yeah, Pig's good.
You have no choice then. See what you can do on your own.
What was that one with the guns? Does anyone know the guns? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? So this game, Lord of War, yeah, that movie is unreal. Worth a watch. So these are the sections in this game where you play as Bato. The only other character you play as in this game. And these levels are not as good. Because Bato, he's not as agile as Major Kusanagi. So these levels are a lot less vertical. They feel a lot less dynamic. They're a lot more flat. And as a result, they're a little less interesting, but the vibes, man. The vibes are still good enough. Yes, Con Air is amazing. Oh, dude. Bad Lieutenant. Oh. I haven't thought about that movie in a while. Werner Herzog's Bad Lieutenant. If you want, like, an abrasive movie that you just, like, you watch and you think, what the fuck am I watching? Watch Bad Lieutenant, starring Nick Cage. Hello, I'm Mini-Me's evil review show twin, and if you can't finish Ghost in the Shell PS2 by 5 AM GMT, the channel will be deleted. I should heel turn into a 2010 tier video game YouTube reviewer out of nowhere. I should get the evil twin. I should do all those skits. Speaking of abrasive, you ever watched Walker, Mini? Let me look this up. With Ed Harris. I haven't seen this. Should I? Just look at the vibes. Look at this game. I just love the, like, night sky. The skybox in this game is good. The lighting in this game is good. Okay, I'll watch Walker. And it doesn't feel, like, over the top.
Forget it. Don't you?
I find a lot of cyberpunk aesthetics often take things too far with, like, neon lights and color. To the point where they no longer feel like they could be a place that exists a lot of the time. You know, they... And I think that this game's aesthetic, it's a tasteful cyberpunk. It's measured. It's moderated in a very just vibey sort of way. Nick Cage in City of Angels felt off, but hey, the movie gave us Iris. Iris. What am I doing? Been devouring your content the last few days. Really love your videos. Comfy as fuck. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. And I don't want the world to see me.
I knew it. There are signs that this thing was hacked. The server. Level 2.
Has anyone seen Stolen with Nick Cage? I've never talked to anyone about Stolen. But Stolen's a good movie. His daughter gets trapped in, like, the back of a taxi cab driven by, like, the evil guy. And he has to, like, chase the cab around the entire city. It's hilarious. Many of you seen Barbie yet? I have. Talked a little bit about this. I loved it. I think, oh shit. I think Ryan Gosling is amazing in Barbie. Finally in time for a live. Good to see you here. Welcome. This is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. A game that doesn't play super well, but just has really good vibes and soundtrack and aesthetics and all that good stuff.
It seems to be the very same group from the pier. They're being controlled by orders sent from higher up. Take out the commander and they'll be mere puppets.
That guy took way too many hits.
It's the same thought pattern as the group.
Are you gonna do an acoustic guitar cover of Push by Matchbox 20? I feel like I don't want to spoil the joke that you're making here for people who haven't seen Barbie. But I do think it's very funny to make fun of Rob Thomas. That's all I'll say. Ever played Robot Alchemic Drive, the giant robot game from the studio that does EDF? I haven't. I've played Battle Construction Vehicles on PS2, which is a game worth Googling, where you play as, like, excavators that beat each other up like a fighting game. Hysterical. Very funny. Very good comedy. See if we can throw some nades. See how you, like, completely stop to throw a grenade? It's so awkward. Oh shit. No, I'm good. Everything in this game is quite heavy. Like, you stop to throw a grenade. When you jump, he pauses for a second. See how he, like, stops? And it takes a bit of getting used to. But once you do get used to it, I think it adds a lot of weight to every action that I think is quite satisfying. Did you see Nick Cage will play himself in Dead by Daylight? I did. I saw him up on the stage during, whatever Jeff Keighley's thing is. Oh, wrong button. All 4 triggers do radically different things. What's your go-to Christmas game? Mine's always been Fable the Lost Chapters. Christmas game? I don't know. Christmas game.
If you run into the enemy there, there's no
This is gonna sound so basic. But, it's not really a Christmas game. But maybe Call of Duty, just because it comes out in November, and I'm usually playing it around Christmas. I was watching Ghost in the Shell yesterday, and I thought of your video of this game. Oh yeah, you can look at cameras in this game, which never feels like it serves any purpose, but you can do it. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell's good. Good thing to watch. This show's really good. If you can willpower yourself into watching Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, the show, it does start to click, and you will start to like it, or at least that was my experience. Bully is a really good answer.
It looks like you'll have to go back down from this.
Touch Thomas. Want to come up with some?
I can't think of a Christmas themed game. Is there any like Die Hard-esque Christmas game where the game is set at Christmas and Christmas plays like a pretty big role in its setting? Is that a thing? Oh, I can hack into this guy. Here we go. Can I do this? Look at me. So certain guys you can hack into. And now that I'm this guy, and I didn't do anything in time. Didn't know there was a Ghost in the Shell game? Yeah, there's a few. This is the best one. There's a PS1 Ghost in the Shell game where you play as... Are they called Tachikomas? I think you play as a Tachikoma, which is like the spider robot from Ghost in the Shell. And it's really, really wacky. And it's quite good. Oh, they're snipers. I'm gonna die. Yeah. Shenmue, that's a really good shout for a Christmas game. Home Alone the game. Yeah, I mean... if we're going there. I think there was an elf game on GBA. God damn it. Parasite Eve, great shout. The PS... Look up gameplay of the PS1 Ghost in the Shell game, and you play as the crab robot thing, and you can sort of crawl up walls and over buildings and go sideways, and... The thing about it is it runs really smooth. Like, the gameplay, the frame rate's really smooth, and the controls are really, really tight. They're unusual, but once you get used to them, Ghost in the Shell on PS1 feels really good to play. And the cutscenes in it are straight up anime style, which is fantastic. It's a really good game. There's an argument that it's probably a lot better than this game, but I think this game is neat. I just think it's cool and I like it, alright? I should have played this on easy. Hey Peter, nothing special to say, but hope you're well. Thank you. Duke Nukem Nuclear Winter, some Hitman has some good quick Christmas stuff. I was thinking the other day about how good Hitman 2 Silent Assassin is. I shouldn't have turned around then. We'll see if there's another way around. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin is just such a good game. So is this game available, just available on PS2? Yeah, it is. It's not on anything else. But I'm emulating it here. So, you know. If you're happy to do a bit of piracy. Or I guess, not piracy. If you're happy to, what is it? Rip your ISOs and retrieve your PS2's BIOS, then this is a really good option for playing it as well. Did I come from here? I'm so confused. I definitely remember being that guy when I was here. Maybe I can go down the elevator over here. This game is excessively Y2K. Yeah, that's probably fair. Nice. I should pick up another gun. We should do some other gun gameplay. There we go. Is this a camera? Maybe I can go down and hack one of the snipers now. Can't go out there. I love ripping my PS2's ISOs and BIOS. I can't get enough of it. Same. I've never downloaded a PS2 game off of... There's a good website called Vim's Lair, but you didn't hear it from me. Reminds me of State of Emergency. Hitman 2 missions up to the St. Petersburg one are great. Yeah, that first mission, I think it's called Anathema, is so good. Damn, I'm not really paying attention. Where am I going? Over here. Max Payne's a great Christmas game. Oh, good shout. Max Payne is a great Christmas game. Shout out Vim. Whoever Vim is, like, what a guy or girl. Just go Vim. And I love their lair. Ever played any of the Twisted Metal games? Been watching a ton of content on them lately. Can I hack one of these guys? I can't. Shit. We're gonna have to just try this again. Oh, fuck. Maybe I can throw a nade. Tell me. Damn it. I have played Twisted Metal. I played the PS1 ones, and I don't like them very much. I don't know what I just threw at them. Ooh, nice. I think that the Twisted Metal games are like super awkward to play. They have some cool aesthetics. Something about Twisted Metal that I find interesting is they didn't really sell at all outside of the US. So like, I never see them in game stores. I think some of them didn't even release here. I'm sure there's something I'm missing right now, but that's okay. So while Twisted Metal seems super popular on the internet to me, I just don't see it. Don't see it around much. In real life. Maybe I can do a few dodge rolls. Maybe we can dodge roll out of the sniper's way. Guess not. Have you covered any Wii games? There's a ton of third-party hidden gems and weird ports worth diving into. I'm about to. I'm doing a video on the Red Steel games, which is almost done. I've hit a lot of roadblocks making this video, which is why it's taken so long, but I'm dead. Yeah, but Max Payne has Christmassy vibes. I'll pay it. I don't know if I've done another video on a Wii game. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I don't think I've done another video on a Wii game. What am I meant to do? I swear my bullets aren't hitting him because the... because the reticule isn't going red. Maybe I can just sort of... Nah, guess not. Mad World was a great Wii game. Mad World was okay. I don't think it was great. Twisted Metal was cool. I sure hope the creator is doing normal stuff. Yeah, me too. Wouldn't that be nice? Nah, I'm dead. One of the best days of my life was when you released the GoldenEye Reloaded video. Oh. Oh. Well, thank you. I don't know what I'm doing in this game. I'll be frank. I'm gonna go back up here and have a look around. If you just joined us, this is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, which I think is one of the coolest PS2 games. Doesn't play that well, but damn is it cool. I reckon there might be like a sniper or something. Because I can't... Ooh. That looks promising. Alright, we're gonna get down there. We're gonna find a way. I can't jump from here to there. Ah, gotcha. It all makes sense now. One of the worst days of my life was when you uploaded the GoldenEye Reloaded video and reminded me that I bought that game with real US dollars. Alright. Problem solved. I was banging my head against a wall with that way too long. This is absolutely the way down. Yep. Yeah, I remember renting GoldenEye on Wii when it came out. And the disappointment I felt playing that game and realizing it was just a Call of Duty sort of knockoff was pretty measurable, you know? I wasn't happy. Because GoldenEye, the original game, I'm one of those people that, you know, that game was important to me, you know? Kind of got me into gaming, in a way. I think this is where the cutscene is. I beat the level! That was painful. Surprised I didn't remember that. But... like, I'm surprised I didn't remember how to beat this level. I've played through this game like twice.
Already on it. Fua hired him. So they were trying to use...
Open the cargo.
Roger.
There's a bad guy right there. He's just none the wiser. Nice. I think I played the first level, then took it back to trade it in. That's fair. Yeah. I remember when they announced the GoldenEye remake. They made it like... The video that they released was like... It was like a skit. It was like a YouTube skit. It was like the Eurocom employees were sitting in a boardroom and they were making jokes about like... why haven't we remade this yet? Or we should finally remake this. And it was like, it was weird. I legit enjoyed 007 Legends more than GoldenEye Reloaded. Those ragdoll physics are legendary for me. That's funny. I can't agree, but it's funny. I wonder if I could possibly do that parking garage bit that I kept banging my head against. Like, is there a way I could have killed those two guys? I don't know. We'll check out one more level here. If you're just joining us, this is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, the coolest PS2 game that isn't called Driver 3. The story in this game is really,
Based on the trail of money from the Tohoku region, along with the records of Fua turning up in Nihama.
I don't want to say convoluted, but complicated in a way that you really have to be paying attention. I didn't really follow what was going on until the second time I played through this game. Because there's just a lot of information that comes at you, and sometimes plot points come at you while you're shooting bad guys, which is awfully confusing. It's always good to see a PS2 game with native widescreen, yeah. I just ripped a copy of this game to my Steam Deck, which you definitely ripped legally, and also ripped your PS2's BIOS yourself, and didn't download off the internet. Thoughts on Manhunt?
With this much humidity, optical camouflage is pointless.
I don't have any strong feelings on Manhunt.
This is the major. Now
It's
for our
good.
information.
I don't know.
The lift when I'm done with my little errand.
Manhunt, funnily enough, was banned here.
With low expectations.
Might have been... No, I think... So Manhunt 1 came out in Australia. And then it sort of gained a high profile for being, you know, edgy and dark and gonna corrupt all the kids. And then it got banned. And so I think what happened is the Australian version of Manhunt is really, costs a lot of money. It's gotten real rare because the game came out and then got banned. Pretty sure that's what happened. Why does R1 just make you jump stylishly? Yeah, so this is the R1 jump, and this is the R2 jump. R1 jump is borderline useless. I think it's intended to be a dodge. But R1 also serves as the grab button. So it almost feels like, while you're on the ground, press R1 to do a cool jump, if you want to, but really, R1's actually the grab button. So I reckon I jump on here. Oh, or not. Nah. Can I do one of these? No. Favorite pizza toppings? I'm a big pineapple on pizza guy. I think ham and pineapples. Hawaiian is my favorite pizza topping. And people who don't like pineapple on pizza, they are wrong. Did you see the movie Adaptation? I did. And it's good. Is this what I'm meant to be doing? Can I jump up to there from here? Ah, guess not. I'm meant to get up to that terminal. There's a lot of, like, platforming challenges in this game. Especially early on. Some of the later levels are so cool. There's one where you're, like, walking through, like, glass high-rise and jumping between buildings and rooftop gardens and... Ah, it's just... This game is lovely. Maybe I can jump... Oh. This door can open. All that thinking for nothing. Nice. This game's cool and all, but it's no Mega Man X7. Fair. Ever played Warhammer 40k games, and are you a fan of the franchise? I've played Dawn of War. I've played Space Marine. They're good. I don't know. I'm not necessarily a Warhammer guy. Funnily enough, my older brother was pretty into Lord of the Rings Warhammer back in the 2000s. Oh yeah, these little sections you can control these things. So when I think of Warhammer, I think of Lord of the Rings Warhammer, which is kind of funny. What's your next video about? It's about Red Steel on Wii. Did you ever play True Crime New York? I did. Do I just drop off the edge? How do I do this? Yep, sick. Have I just screwed myself? Can this thing jump? It can! Can I open doors? I can. This is somewhat tedious, but that's okay. Because the vibes are good. Which is what matters. I've seen a post some time ago saying people hate pineapple pizza just because the internet made them so, and in reality it's not as bad as the internet makes it sound to be. I would agree that before the internet, I had never come across... I'd never come across people that didn't like pineapple on pizza. I didn't know it was a controversy. I didn't know people didn't like it. I just thought it was popular. Nice. Have you read the original Ghost in the Shell manga? I have not.
Mechanism is controlled from that terminal.
I should.
If we give it the personal authorization Fuwa recorded when he signed the contract, we can pinpoint the container of the cargo.
And then he explodes, right? Or not? Alright. Look at me go. Gaming. I respect the mustache. I always shave it last, wondering if I should keep it. I like it because it makes me look a bit silly looking. You know, it's disarming. See how there's like a lot of dialogue going on while I'm shooting things? Sometimes that stuff's fairly important. Which is a problem when you're trying to pay attention to the story and not die. Which is why I didn't really get what this game was even about until I replayed it. There's our little guy. Do you like F1? I do. I watch the F1. Can't recommend it enough. Okay, I'll read the Ghost in the Shell manga sometime. I don't know what I'm doing. I might call this stream in a second. Call it a day. We'll go hit this terminal and see what that does. But yeah, I like the F1. A lot of the time I'll watch, like, the F1 highlights instead of the actual races, though, because they'll be on at, like, 2 AM on, like, a Monday morning. Which is impossible. Which is impossible. Like, it's hard to watch in Australia. Do you also agree George Russell would be great with a mustache? I do agree. Good shout.
About Fuwa's enrollment.
It's possible.
See, here I can't move while they're telling me dialogue. So sometimes the game deems it too important, and it freezes to talk to you, but other times it's happy for you to just run around. And you miss things. You'll get important information, but you just can't possibly pay attention to it. Like, even gameplay things, it'll be like, you need this key card to open this door, but you'll miss it because you're too busy trying to not die. But that's okay. This has good vibes. About to fight Ravis in Jedi Survivor, wish me luck. Good luck! I'm very happy Ricardo returned.
Confirmation of multiple prosthetic bodies.
Saito here. I'll try to.
Okay.
Alright. That's gonna end the stream. That's Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Which I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I don't know. This game's cool. This game's rad. I have a video on it if you want to see me talk about it in a less delusional... less confused way. I miss you already. You too, Scott. Yeah, take care of yourselves. I do this every week, so next week I'm thinking of streaming some Marlow Briggs and the Mask of Death. Which is a God of War clone that's like better than all the God of War games. Trust me, I'm right about that. So yeah, maybe next week I'll stream some Marlow Briggs, or maybe some A Dog's Life on PS2, which is a game I want to play. Thanks for joining me, everyone. It was good chatting. And yeah, take care of yourselves.